All right, welcome to our game where all your gaslighting dreams come true. The Joy Gaslighters lead into the vaults of Draconia, where some type of accident has caused all magic to be unstable, causing horrible repercussions, and so those things the GM you make and you never expect the players to go back to, and they go, we want more, and they got it, everybody, as we've been having tons of fun. In seriousness, after Orion pushed the big red button, triggered many alarms, but finding the right knowledge, Xanatos was able to disable said constructs. And now they're able to push forward, though tired and bleeding and in various degrees of exhaustion. They have a bomb and they want to use it, and they are going forward to see what they can do as our true D&D group going. But with that, we will proceed. Oh, deep in, you I think found this hallway going up into another crack. I think you're all ready to explore. Who's leading the exploration here?
I'll be in the front
behind
still.
my brother. Because my eyes still work, kind of.
Oh,
All right.
Yeah, and if Calder's back up front, Whisper will watch the back.
So it's Obi, Calder, Whisper in the back, the Lark in the mid with his bomb.
Yeah.
Ours is looking pretty solid, so he'll stay in the back with Whisper as well.
Right.
I feel like a lark should be behind the party completely in case that thing goes off.
Yeah, look, I'm going to add, just to put something on it, that you're going to have to be concentrating on it.
Oh, okay.
Just for... Which doesn't really do too much, but does do a slight limitation. Because you can
Does
move
it
and do
go
all
off
types
or
of things.
dissipate if I lose consciousness?
It goes
Like
off.
concentration.
Okay. Because it's delayed, so yeah.
Back of the line.
Back of the line and an additional 20 feet. Got it.
Or front of the line, 20 feet ahead.
Yeah.
Just
Here's a
the ball
torch.
leads.
Accidentally cast light. Oh no.
Yeah.
Guidance. Crap!
I think a lark
No, I was going to
dead.
say, I was like, light's not concentration.
No,
but,
it's not. Yeah.
but guidance is.
All right. No, I'll take the lead and keep us moving forward.
All right. So
In Whisper's head, she suddenly thinks to herself, why do we always let the healer lead? Oh, right, because he's not just a healer. Got it. He's also the trap detector.
all right. So following this, it goes up, and you find yourself having to climb quite a bit before you feel like scurrying in a very small space. It's maybe only 2 to 3 feet wide at points, so all of you are like squeezing to get further. And then you come upon a hole in the floor that seems to drop just in this hole, and partially through it you see where it looks like from somewhere else this almost like crystal spear, or maybe a piece of a building. You're not exactly sure, about 30 feet long, like 3 feet thick, has come in and kind of pierced through the ceiling here. Or through the floor into the ceiling of the room below. Metal, work, lead, adamantine has been torn asunder. And there's even a strange, what looks like arcane infused bluish metal within these layers that have been torn asunder. You can look down into, you can see the small room with what looks like the reverse side of a vault door. It is locked. You're not sure where the mechanism to open necessarily is. And there are several chests here.
Did we just literally come through the back of the vault? And I'm not saying this in game or above table. I'm saying that in game. I mean, Alark, like, does it line up sort of at all with the map?
I approached
Alright.
20 feet.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, look at the map. I mean, it could be. Again, everything's very strange because the map's just of where it would have been.
True.
Also, our friends didn't mention coming through the vaults to get where we were. So there had to be a way around the vaults.
Well, you had fallen down, if you remember.
Oh, right. And they could climb on walls and stuff. Okay.
All right. Before we do anything, in Alark, before you decide to blow up anything, I'm gonna go step off to the side. I need 10 minutes. Can we afford that for me to do detect magic? To
Oh,
figure out
I'm moving
what's-
far away from the magic being cast.
Only because I'm not touching any of these chests until I know what's going on in this room, like last time. Because if there's chains running around here that are all magical, I mean, I didn't really study it, but I'll tell you right now, from my perspective, there's a lot of chains of magic running from here to there, and I start touching chests, we're dead.
All right.
I stand
I'm gonna
next
go-
to my brother.
All right, I'm gonna go cast, ritually cast detect magic.
Sounds good.
Ours just looks curiously at the strange arcane metal.
Right. Oh, the
5 on the
robo.
wild magic.
Okay.
Twice. Isn't detect magic level 3?
First
No,
level.
first level.
Oh, what was I thinking of?
Point
Spell
spell.
I was thinking of the
magic?
spell magic.
Spell
That's
magic.
right.
Oh, no, not the spelling. Just finding
yeah,
out
yeah.
what is
Okay.
magical first before we. But I'm doing my 10 minutes, so.
Yeah. So, taking your time, you sense. Yeah, detect magic. You can sense magic here coming, or occult energy coming from the floors. Still, as well as a separate aura on every box. Chest. And I guess there'd be one on the door.
Is the door like a safe where it only opens from the outside, or is it like a back and forth door?
I mean, you don't see any way to open it from the inside.
Got it.
I will focus with the detect magic on the different auras to just kind of get an idea of what is the the school of magic coming off the chests and what's coming off of the door.
Got it.
And as I do each one, I will tell everybody this is what I'm finding.
Um, in that case, the auras tend to be, you see, conjuration, abjuration, all within. So the majority of the auras you would see.
My big one is what is on the door to get out of here?
Abjuration.
Okay.
Did you say what was on the floor?
Did you say it was cold? Or no?
I thought he said there was energy on the floor.
Yeah.
Or on the floor.
Yes. That's correct. So, is there anything else we needed?
What was the aura on the floor also then?
Oh, on the floor? Conjuration.
Okay, that's contrary. So, actually, I don't think we asked how many actual chests were in this room.
5.
Okay, so there's 5 chests with a mix of those spells with abjuration on the door to get out. I mean, I'm tapped on any high level magic. Well, Ark, that's if you want to try this. But I don't know if we also want to try to get that door open, because if that's our only way out of here too.
Do we see any other way out of this place that might have been knocked loose by the destruction?
See, the floor is somewhat weakened, but that's about it.
And the floor that we're currently standing on, or the floor of the vault?
Floor of the vault.
Okay. And we're standing, to help me visualize this, are we standing on the ceiling of the vault looking down into it through a hole?
Yes.
And how high up are we from the vault floor?
You would be 30 feet.
Okay. So you said the floor has conjuration, the door has abjuration.
Yep.
I mean, I have a fairly good guess of what spell is cast on the door. If it just makes sense that it would be Arcane Lock. But as far as conjuration, that could be a number of things that occur if the chests are open. Wait, and
That's teleporty magic.
were the chests also had magic on them, like individually?
Yes.
And
Or
was
Those
that
were all different.
It was a mix of.
Oh, right.
Obi, so Draconia like has a system, so that it's not just cast willy-nilly. Like they have a way to turn this off. Can you see where the magic guides to see if there's a control center or someplace like to do this? If that room that we just came through had that big red button, this one might have something on the inside, but it also might be on the outside like a normal vault.
I mean, if I like just put my head through the hole and try to look around a little bit more, can I see anything else in there that stands out differently?
You can give me a Arcana check.
All right.
And then I proficient in Arcana, so I want to give him the help action. As like I helped with like the crystals, I think that could help possibly.
Got it.
Okay. Here we go. All right. That's a natural 20 for a 24 then.
Hell yeah.
Very nice. All right, so staring at these, you are able to determine that the enchantments here are we do with dispel magic. They are active. The damaged floor. It should be clear. I said there's no hole. There isn't, but the floor is damaged. It might be able to damage it to the point where you can get through. You don't know. Excuse me, but you could definitely think something activates should someone stand on the floor with this door closed. Same with opening the chests. The functionality to turn everything off, you're quite certain, is the door opening. You feel like there's probably passphrases for the chests, but they would only matter if the door's open.
Xanatos, one thing, Arcane Lock is something that I'm able to cast, and one thing I know about it is that you can set a passphrase or password to allow somebody to freely access a door. Do you happen to... Was that passphrase something that came with those memories, perhaps?
Did it come with those memories, or was it just the golem?
Essentially, guys, this is probably higher level security than what you accessed.
Yeah, I think it's just... I think that's too rich. I think I just got, like, the new guy codes, not, like, the administrator codes. Okay, so going into this room without opening the door, I believe is a moot point, like a cow's opinion. So, like, I think we need to keep that in mind, because if anything goes off in here without the door being opened, I think it's going to be really bad. Probably worse than the webs, since this is where all the good stuff is.
Well, I have one use of Dispel Magic. So if we use that on the door, then we still have to deal whatever the Conjuration magic does, but at least we might have the door open.
A lark.
Yes.
I don't know if the phase line will trigger if it hits the ground. But you can float down with that. And could you stay floating off the phase line long enough to cast Dispel Magic on the door?
I think I can cast it from here. It's only 30 feet away.
Oh, that's right. I thought for some reason I thought you had to be closer.
Is Dispel Magic the same effect as opening the door, thus disabling everything, though?
And no, it will only be the effect that's currently on the door. So there's a very good chance that it would set everything off, but the door would be open.
Do we think if you dispelled the floor, it would set everything off?
Possibly no, but then the door would remain sealed, and I don't think we have a way of.
So, what if we dispelled the floor, potentially see if we can get that weak spot and get through there? Then we have a way out. Then worry about the rest of the treasure once we have an exit. Plus, once the floor we can stand on, we can. I know there's an opposition to this because you've got a really cool lightning ball, but rest while we figure everything else out. Because it's either we do something and go forward, or we go back.
And we can't go back. There's nothing to go back to.
I want a caveat on Whisper's plan is also if the floor gives out and those chests are reactive to like touch or whatever, well, when they fall, whatever's on them will go off. If it doesn't, that also kind of gives us a hint that we might be able to just drag those chests out with us after a long after we rest. But I'm saying, like, if we can't dispel them, we can drag them out.
I mean, if we believe that these are the vaults that we came here for, this is what we came here for.
I mean, I'm just guessing.
Counterpoint. We dispel the floor, and Alaric throws the ball at the door, and maybe it busts open the door.
See, I think you should throw the ball at the floor, and then blows up the floor.
But we need to walk on the floor.
Not if it goes down.
I also want to bring up that do we all remember what happened when we gave an artifact of Draconia to the League? Do we remember that?
But
Yeah.
he remembers because it was his.
Yes.
Well, obviously we'd be gaining any number of things here, whether it's a magical artifact or money, which is something we kind of need. But like, what exactly would we be doing with all of the treasure?
I think that's a good discussion for when we have it.
Okay.
I felt like we had this discussion before. The plan was to go back through the Draconia side, check with the Heart of Draconia, see what we can take and what we can't. However, collapsed wall sort of changed that plan. But if we don't come in, we don't take the stuff, then the entire purpose of coming here then is moot.
Right.
Thank you for the reminder, Whisper.
You're welcome.
I mainly asked because I also forgot.
It's okay. There's been a lot of stuff going on. You got terrible tattoos. It's great. I get it.
All right. I'm all for the plan of dispelling the floor and getting down there.
I think we should do the door first and then the floor in that order.
There's only
Okay.
one.
There's only one. He can only dispel one.
Oh,
Yep.
okay.
We're both pretty much wiped out.
Okay. Then I vote for what everyone else wants to do.
Just bomb the floor.
As a note, conjuration magic is kind of like what Whisper and I do. We teleport around. I summon stuff. So, yeah, we don't want to be teleported into a jail or have things summoned to destroy us.
If you guys really need me to, I might be able to blow up the floor. Assuming there's an other side for it to fall into.
So I think that no matter what, dispelling the floor should be our next action. And then look at the weak spot in the floor.
All right.
Floor it is.
I mean, that's somebody has a better idea. I'm all for it, but this is where we all ended up.
Oh,
Okay.
Yes, Calder?
no, floor. I'm voting floor.
Oh, I thought you said or.
Floor.
All right. So
That Draconia gibberish he keeps speaking.
I will position myself where I can see the floor, and the orb of crackling lightning that has been gathering in my hand. I just let that float right next to me as I quickly trace arcane sigils in the air and send a dispel magic down into the floor.
And I'm getting away from Alark.
Because I do get to roll twice now.
Ours
I
will
will-
also.
I'm actually still standing by Alark because I'm also watching the floor to make sure the dispel actually goes into effect. Because I assume I would see that with detect magic with it go innate.
I'm also standing next to them because I wasn't paying attention.
That is a 12 and a 6.
Okay.
Why are you guys standing so far away?
Says a Dragonborn.
All right. Also, Calder can't speak common.
Meanwhile, I got my head in a hole into a vault while Alark's got a lightning ball floating over him and shooting dispelment.
Perfect. So you cast it down, and you sense the arcane power of the floor deactivate for now.
We need to move very fast. This might just be temporarily subjugated.
Okay.
Rope.
Right.
Phase line. It's in.
Well, I'm not going in first, in case something explodes down there, and then
I go
I'll
down
go
first.
I head down with my brother.
The 3 Fae go down.
All right.
Okay.
And head over to Whisper will head over to the spot that looks like it's been weakened.
Okay, so you drop down. As you hit it, it does feel safe. As you move, and go down to the weakened spot. What would you like to find out?
I guess you'd like to investigate it to see if it looks like it would take much to break through.
Okay, go ahead and give me an investigation check.
And I'm also proficient in investigation. May I assist Whisper?
Sure.
All right. After you, Whisper.
I got a 9.
All right. I would say you can definitely see it where it was weakened, where this thing that had fallen through this crystal ledge had struck. It pierces it a bit. As far as what it would take to move or how stable that would all be, you don't know. You see just a little bit into some type of empty space below. It's about 8-inch hole.
I'm willing to take some shots at it with Eldritch Blast.
Before Whisper does that, can I investigate the door to see if there's like a side panel or something that opens it from the inside?
Oh, yeah, give me an investigation check.
All right, that is a 8.
Yeah, I think looking at it just seems very solid. You're not sure you would get through.
Well, if you're gonna take shots, I'm gonna back up.
Yeah, let's just say definitely back up because, well, I'll be using magic, so.
Oh, did somebody have liquor? I can barely understand common.
So this is what that was like. When I at least had, I had other you look over his hand. Like, I had other you at least who could speak Draconic. Okay.
Dragon where?
Orion, pull your brother with you, would you?
I'll just shake a flask.
Okay. I'm gonna stand a little distance away so I'm not right on top of where I'm trying to break, and fire some Eldritch Blasts, which is force damage, so I'm hopeful. I'm also hopeful magic inside the vault doesn't cause other magic to happen. But at this rate, we're in screwed up magic land, so I've resigned to whatever bad is going to happen, and there ain't no way around it.
All right, you fire up your Eldritch Blast.
That's a natural 20 for 27.
Nice. That's the hit.
Is
Right.
the hit.
Okay, that's a hit. Okay.
That's 23 damage.
Ooh, very good.
Oh, damn.
Second is an 18 to hit
Nice.
for 10 more damage. If that doesn't seem like that does, she'll fire again. After I make some rolls. Why am I rolling dice in game? Okay. Wild magic.
It did just get you a nat 20 and almost max damage.
It's a 7. So we're good. And that's a 9
Okay.
and a 10.
Ooh, so that misses. Ooh, ooh.
The floor moved.
Oh, you just hit a hard
That's
spot.
a 9 on the die.
Okay. So the blast hit and begin to open and peel away a bigger area. And I would say now it's about 2 feet. It's still very jagged.
Okay.
So it would be a little dangerous to get through.
Okay, so fire again.
Okay.
That's 15
That hits.
and 18.
Yep.
For 14 and 10.
14 and 10 damage.
Yep.
Okay, so now you've rounded down to about 3 squeeze, and it's you don't think it's dangerous to get through.
And I rolled a 2.
Bless you.
Bless you.
I mean, I want it to be an easy to get through if we have an emergency. So unless anybody objects, I'm going to go for it again.
3 feet's still pretty easy to get through.
Okay. Cool. Just wanted us to be able to get through it fast if we need to. Can I see what's on the other side?
Yeah, you got the dark vision.
Yeah, I have that I can see everything as normal night vision.
The
Normal night
super
vision.
dark vision.
Super made warlock vision.
Okay, so looking down, you can see the evidence of kind of the wrecked golem that you had fought before. The
Obi, I
rubble.
found your rocks. You know your rocks that came together to fight us?
Oh, we found that guy.
Yeah, apparently these are those vaults.
Oh, we did it.
Hell yeah, we're the best.
Yeah, I wouldn't say that
What did
yet.
he
We
just
still-
say?
My tail's wagging.
If I remember correctly, it's ours, Alaric, and myself still outside of like where they are, deeper within. So Selkis is gonna kind of like call in and be like, "Is it good? Can we go in?" Are we gonna explode? Die? Anything?
Sanitos? What happened to your undead?
I was just literally thinking that exact same thing. So Xander's response. So I gave instructions that a half hour before before the spell ended, to go as far away as they can. I don't know if they're back, but I can use magic to see if they are there. But we're not in the best place for it. But I can, if that's what we want to do.
I mean, we haven't been in the best place for it for hours now, and I've still been using it because that's what I do. That was something we accepted when we walked through here. So please use your detect dead magic.
So you're undead. What was this again?
Oh, it's
So like those undead that like we fought, like the ghosts or whatever.
Okay.
Like with that one I took control of, I told him like go far away, like give him like a half hour head start before the spell ended. But I don't know if they came back to their bodies or whatever.
Right. Okay, thank you.
There were 2 that you controlled and 2 that just ran away, right? Am I remembering that correctly? Or did we actually defeat 2?
I think we defeated.
There were 4. Okay.
I think I used Channel Divinity that drove 2 away, and then
Oh, that's right.
Xanatos I think took care of the
Yeah.
other 2.
Yeah, that's right. Okay, yeah. I'm definitely gonna use this.
We didn't destroy any of the 4 that were here.
No. We don't want to be jerks. Okay.
Yeah, I don't think we actually did.
Alright. So
Oh,
Lightning ball.
I was like, and to add insult to injury, not only did we not resurrect them, but we let people take their bodies. So
Yeah, we did. They didn't have bodies to come back to. They-
doesn't mean they can't haunt the space they died.
and that is a 12 on the wild magic roll.
Okay. So this
So you're
is
detecting
the
undead.
divine sense.
Yeah.
Okay. So in that case, you don't sense any undead down there.
Well, it's good for 30 feet. I don't know if that changes anything, but I'll relay that information to the group.
All right.
Yell. Oh, hold on. I was gonna
I'm
yell
gonna-
Celicus.
Oh, yeah.
No, I was just gonna tell them if we're gonna use that rope to go down, I need them to come down.
Yeah. I'm going to head down the phase line to begin taking a look at the chests themselves to see how bad the magic looks. How trapped are they?
Absolutely. So
So is everybody coming into the vault? Because my plan would then to be move the phase line from going up to going down to where we fought that golem. So we have a safe way out versus just jumping.
Sounds good to me.
All right. So once everybody's in, I'll deactivate the phase line, walk over to the other hole, and I'll send the rope down back to where the golem's body is
okay, so you have the way to
get out.
out. Very good.
Alaric, let us know.
All right, so give me an Arcana check because you're trying to understand these.
I'm proficient in Arcana. Can I give the help action?
Sure.
I do still have the level into exhaustion, so it'll be -2. All right, but do I have advantage on the roll? Is that from Whisper?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. That is a 24 -2 for a 22.
Okay. All right. So again, you don't see a way to disable it because the door is closed. We already kind of determined that. But as far as what these do, you can see the best guess is that there's a somewhat close by location that they are tuned to. And these are meant to grab, essentially randomly, creatures from that location and teleport them here. Should they be open?
Should they be opened? What about just picked up?
So they are supposed to activate if they were to be removed from the vault. Actually, as far as picked up, if the chest is picked up, it wouldn't react. And you actually think you might be able to safely throw them down, get them down. Your guess would be that there's a certain amount of time that these would still carry the enchantment once out of the room. And so as far as the door staying closed and them getting too far away from the vault, you think they might activate eventually. You're not sure at what point that is. But they can be moved around the vault and that type of thing.
And how large are these chests in comparison to Sammy?
So each of these chests are 3 by 2 feet.
So if we put Sammy at the bottom and push the chests into Sammy's open mouth.
Yeah, there's some things you don't know about these chests, but go ahead.
Yeah. Are these chests other interdimensional?
You don't know.
Demi-plane.
Yeah.
They contain things that might contain these things.
As a person who's pro Sammy, I vote that we don't do that.
Correct.
Okay.
Like if it came to you guys and Sammy, I mean Sammy.
Wait.
What did the night? Was it Tuesday?
So
Was
does
something
Orion-
amazing with that? I can't remember.
Does Orion still have?
No,
the
it was
detect-
us. It was Thursday.
No, someone did another thing. Just I think this week,
Oh.
almost did a thing.
Does Orion still have detect magic on? 'Cause, I mean, if there's like a conjuration magic or something, they could detect from something like a bag of holding in one of these, maybe.
You can't detect magic past what you can see.
Oh,
Yeah,
Crap.
I don't. Yeah, the spell is blocked by a foot of stone, dirt, or wood, 1 inch or metal, or a thin sheet of lead. So,
oh,
all-
wait. Are the chests more than 1 foot thick wood?
no, 1 inch.
I think that's of lead.
Metal or thin sheet of lead.
Wait, so hold on. How thick does the wood have to be?
It says here. I'll just put it's.
Yeah, it says the spell is blocked by 1 foot of stone, dirt, or wood,
Or 1
So-
inch of metal.
or 1 inch of metal. Yeah,
or a
but
sheet of lead.
so are these wooden chests? What are they made out of?
They're metal chests.
Oh darn!
But I would relay the information about how fast this is taking place. Okay, so quick note. We can pick these up and lower them out of the hole and start transporting them, but they would summon creatures to us eventually once it's reached a certain distance from the vault. And also, whatever I dispelled on the floor is still just being subdued. It's not gone, so we're still on a time limit.
Yeah, I was gonna say because I only got about a minute out of that stone when I shut it down, so I don't know how much time we have left here.
Yeah, I propose Celicus and I go out, come around to see if there's like a console on the outside that we can turn this off.
Cool. I'm going to kind of come as a GM here. You have 2 rounds starting with Calder. What are you going to do?
The one who doesn't speak common.
Bonus action cast jump.
Oh,
From
because
my
it's an
ring.
item. Nice.
Am I? How far from the chests am I currently?
You could be next. You could be whatever you want to
Okay.
do. It's not a big deal to me.
I'm gonna look around after hearing Alaric say that there's not that much time on the floor. Just pick up a chest.
Okay. You pick up the
Spend-
chest.
Spend. How heavy is it? Because I actually can only carry.
The chest would weigh about 50 pounds.
Oh, okay, so I'm okay because I only have 67 on me and I can carry 285.
Also, you're exhausted.
I'm aware. That's why I used magic. I spent 10 feet of movement to jump to the rope,
I'm just looking out for you, buddy.
and then 5 more feet of movement to start climbing down.
It's an intellect rope. You can.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, nice. So I spend my 5 feet, but then I don't know if I can do anything else past that. But I'm just like dragon teeth.
I love it. Guz. Whisper.
Whisper really doesn't give 2 shits about these chests. There's a time limit. She's getting down out of the vault. Like,
You got
this
it.
was their thing. She came to hopefully make sure they live.
Solid
We have a
cast.
time limit, so.
I'm muted. Celicus is gonna grab a chest and slide down the rope with his mind.
Okay. My Xanatos.
I am not going to grab a chest, but I'm going to go down and I want to go to the outside of the vault to see if there's a console or something to open it.
Okay. So you go on down.
Like basically go all down and all the way around, like to the
Yeah, it's
outside.
going to take a little bit, but yeah, so you're
Yeah.
that's kind of your process there. So.
Sammy is following.
Gotcha. And then ours.
Ours is going to. How big are these chests? How heavy do they look?
50
3
pounds.
by 20, 50 pounds.
Okay, he can manage that.
3 by
So-
2.
Oh yeah, 3 by 2.
By 2.
Just the long-
The longest chest in the world.
It's just 3 Sephiroth swords.
Ours is going to try and pick up one of these chests, and he's going to try and take the rope.
Okay, so sweet chests.
Wait, never mind.
Yeah, I will pick up a chest and go over to the rope and
All right.
think my way down.
Make it happen. The think method. To Orion.
Could I just kick the chest down the hole and
How many
Let it
chests
go.
are there?
there's 5?
Oh, okay. You're dropping
mean,
a chest on my head?
Yeah, a kick would be rough.
Oh, okay.
On to the rest of us.
Well, I just figured we were just gonna kick him out the hole. All right. So
I mean, you
no,
can pick it up and drop it if you wanted to.
Well, yeah, I don't
I
want to
also
drop
don't
it
see
on
you
them.
punting 50 pounds.
It's true.
Yeah.
I think it took me like 6 times to break somebody out of a grapple once. Yeah, I'll start dragging it to the edge of the hole so that I can start lowering down myself.
How much crap are you carrying?
Not much.
Then why don't you pick it up? Dragging takes longer.
All right. Well, then
All
I'll grab the chest then.
right.
Listen, don't judge his roleplay. If he wants to roleplay dragging it, you let him roleplay dragging it.
I'm not the one wearing a pair of gauntlets that makes me like the Hulk.
So, you successfully are able to get the chest now out of the vault. And everybody who grabbed a chest, please roll a d6.
Oh. 5.
5.
5.
We're screwed.
3.
Hey,
Oh no, 2 5s, 2 3s. Oh wait,
Full house.
right? 2 pair. 2 pair. Wait, were there 3 3s?
Wait, ours roll. He's roll white.
yeah.
Ours got a 5 on a d6. Yeah.
A 5? Oh shit, it was a full house.
3 5s, 2 3s.
Perfect. All right. In that case, as you get them down to the ground, you kind of push them away, and you see the magic activate. But nothing seems to happen, except they do have to count for the purpose of wild magic. So I need now those of you who did roll a d20. See if we get a wild magic search.
1 or 2?
1.
7.
16.
Nat 20.
13.
12.
Okay. So ours gets a beneficial effect. Roll the d100.
Alright. That's a 35.
Okay. Okay. Ours, you can add 2 to your wisdom modifier.
Ooh.
As it comes around you, expanding your mind.
Awesome.
Going to see different causalities, and once I can see a tiny bit into the future.
Quick, try making your dumplings now.
Oh, I can make the best dumplings right now.
All right. In that case, you safely make it down. The spells, whatever it is they were pulling from, seems that once you got down and away, the distance of the teleportation spells was too great for them to teleport here, whatever it is they were aimed at. In that case, then Toshi go up, and you can see what you can kind of tell is this vault door. And you start to look up at the vault. You do possess enough security to be able to get to the this first vault floor on your own. You know, if you go up to the second or third, it's past the security clearances, you know. However, each door seems to have, some looks like there's something you might speak, others seem to have a more traditional combination, though sometimes the characters seem to move or dance. and others seem to have an entirely unique type of deal, as if each door was privately made by each owner.
So, like, just to clarify, I was able to get through the first ones, but like, and since it went down, like to get back to where we were, it would just there's like two other doors I'm not able to get through.
You can access the vault you just came out of if you wanted.
Okay. Okay.
You just don't know exactly how to, but you see the doors where you can. They're not just switches, but they seem to have their own security mechanisms.
Okay. Then I think Xantos would run back down to the group, like look over, like to call down. So I'm like, all right, like there's a way to like get in. I know, like I see you guys are all out, like whatever. But if we want to like deactivate stuff, like we might be able to go through, but we can just also just bail right now. But I don't know what the magic's going to be when we leave.
I mean, if we have the ability to disable the magic, I think we should do it instead of carrying the things and then waiting to see what happens.
So the magic seems disabled, is what I was trying to say. Of the 5 chests.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Got it.
Sorry, it was. So what I heard was that even if we took them far away, there would still be magic that goes off.
Yeah, it went off, but it was too.
Oh.
What he had learned is that they were pointed teleportation summoning spells almost, whatever, like to a certain location. Whatever it was trying to grab there, it was too far away by the time it got down to the ground. The time that went off. So the distance of the teleportation made the spell not work.
Ooh.
Sorry. Totally not what I understood.
It was
I
trap dimension doors.
I was with you, Whisper. I was doing the same thing. I was like, oh, because
I thought you said once we got the chests out, we
Yeah.
still had to get them far away, and then the magic would still go off.
It
So
was
that's why I
Glyph of
was
warding
confused.
dimension doors, but the location
Cool,
was no
it's
longer
good, the
within
magic-
range.
Magic
That's
is
so
apparently
cool.
disabled, so forget that whole thing I said.
all right.
Yeah, Xantos joins the group. Like, forget this place.
Wait,
RPM.
hang on.
How to
hang
do
on.
you were able to get them? You got them to the ground within a round. So that was sort of the.
Got it.
So potentially being super careful might have been rough.
Wait. We didn't come for one vault, did we?
Right. I thought Xanatos was checking the other vaults.
He did. He didn't tell us anything about them. But
Oh.
he told us about the one.
I thought. Okay, see, like I thought it was just like one big, huge vault, and that was what we came. Oh, okay. Oh, okay.
No, he said
Oh.
vaults when we first heard about
Okay.
it, and then he said vaults when he was describing to you. And each vault
Got it.
door has its own.
Got it. Okay, I'm thinking it's like door after door, like in the same line, like to get to one place, but it's like three, like 1, 2. Okay, I get it now. Okay, all right, cool. Then I realized that's all right. So we can go in the other ones if we want to do that.
You're realizing. So to be clear, they have their own thing you have to figure out to get in.
Got it.
So what you have access to is to be on the floor with the doors,
Okay.
without a floor security happening.
So we can get in, but it's like to take things out, it's gonna be like we have to do something.
So we're in the we got into the lobby
Okay.
of the vaults, and now we're looking at the vault doors.
Okay.
We've gotten into one, but then went
Got it.
down and under.
But and if we open the door, then the floor stuff doesn't turn on. It's just the chest stuff.
No, okay. Let me say it a different way.
I'm really sorry that I'm
You're fine.
being
You're
up on
fine.
this.
Right. I'm going to back up for a second. So the way the vault doors are is that there are 3 floors of vaults looking from the outside. So 1, 2, 3 going up. You went to the first floor, which is where the door to enter this vault is.
The one we just did.
Yes.
Got
there
it.
are 2 other doors
Two others. Okay.
here. Your security protocol, you realized, enabled you to stand on the floor that accesses these 3 vaults without activating security. But you do not have the correct protocols to go to the 2 floors above you.
I completely understand now. Cool.
So, 3 volts per floor or 1 volt per
No,
floor?
1 volt per floor. So there's 3 vaults. We've done 1. Oh, God, man, I am
3
so
volts
sorry.
per floor.
Okay, 3 volts per floor. So we can
3
Okay,
volts
so we've
per
been-
floor.
at
You
least
don't
on the
have a
first
lot
one.
of
That, yeah,
sight
we
on
haven't
the
haven't
others.
seen anything
Sixth
of the
floor,
second,
3
third.
volts.
So let's go check out the other 2 volts on the floor we have access to because of Xanatos' memorized
Cool.
protocols.
Yes. Okay. So there are 9 total vaults,
Potentially,
math-wise.
we haven't
Potentially.
seen
We've
2 or 3, so there might only be 2 and 1, or there could be any number on the other.
so we
floors
did 1-1. Now let's go look at 1-2 and 1-3.
Correct.
Yes.
Here we go. Number them. There we go. Now we know what we're doing.
So
Well,
I just made like a 9x9 like square thing where it's like 3A through C, 2A through C, and
Yeah,
1A
okay.
through C.
Let's go to 1B and 1C now.
Yeah.
We're so
Why-
good at this game.
While they're checking all this, are those chests that we just took out, are they all locked still, or are they just magically, was it just magic was on them?
So they are still locked by arcane lock.
Oh. So they're still like locked.
I pull out my thieves' tools and I nudge Obi.
That's not. Celicus, tell them it ain't gonna work. Alaric said it won't.
Calder, how do I put this in simple terms? No.
You could just speak to me in Draconian
Yeah.
or
You-
Draconic.
Thieves' tools can't unlock arcane lock anymore.
I thought they just made the difficulty higher.
Not
No.
anymore.
Whack.
2024, it's locked.
Mm-hmm.
Which, by the way, means that a lot of times when you're running the supposedly backward compatible adventures, it really
doesn't-
they were like, oh, so on thieves they'd have to have 25. It's like, no, can't have nothing now.
Does that mean identifies the code word for identical, like arcane lock? Then
No.
how the fuck are you ever supposed to get into it if you don't have dispel
You have to have
magic?
wizard
Knock.
or something with the spell. Or knock.
does
Oh,
it.
knock. I
Yeah,
guess.
knock will work too.
You know what I don't have?
Any of those spells. Me neither. That dispel magic I had was because of this place. I don't have it normally.
All right. So we're going up. Let's go ahead and take our break, and then we will come back. All right. All right. Everybody back. A good one.
2-1B.
Okay.
Yeah.
1B it is.
Can start with an investigation, hopefully, before tripping something.
Yeah.
I mean,
Give me
I'm happy.
investigation.
Would you like
Um,
some help, Alaric, with that?
Yeah. That would be lovely. Okay. All right. That is a 23 minus 2 for a 21.
Okay. Looking here, you in this vault, depicted within are 2 dragons carved into the vault door. One exhaling flame, the other frost. Within the door seems to be a functional scale with 2 shallow basins and a pile of 10 weight stones, each etched with a unique symbol: a feather, anvil, flame, ice, coin, heart, fang, scale, crown, mirror. And I will give you those.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
I'm glad you saw my hands behind my head and realized I wasn't writing that down.
There we go.
It's the heart and the feather, and if they weigh the same, we get to go to the duat. Okay.
So, and then it does simply say, balance what warms and what stills. Oh, the vault shall close to flesh and will.
Balance what warms and what?
And what stills.
And what stills.
Or the vault shall close to flesh and will.
It's fire and ice.
I mean, technically, coin and crown could also be warmed. They were melted to make those.
And there's physical scales in front of us.
Yes.
So
Okay, so we're allowed to touch these things. So I'm gonna try. and doing it myself, of balancing them out before placing them on the scale, and be like,
So, like, when you say like there's flame there, like, is it like actual flame, or is
no,
there
the
like
weight has a flame symbol. Like,
Yes.
the weights
Got
have these symbols on them. Because people are actually really good at determining if something is heavier or not. So I'm gonna just start picking them up and be like,
Okay.
and then I'm just gonna try to order them, like, on the, like, in front of us, like, least to heaviest or lightest to heaviest, just so
Okay.
that we have an idea.
Sounds good. You are able to do that.
I'm really stuck on Fang and Feather. That was like, I have no idea.
the depictions of the dragons, how detailed are those?
I mean, they look like they were carved by someone. Fairly.
Does the ice dragon have any feathers on it?
No.
Okay.
By scale, like dragon scale, or like it just looks like the scales that we're looking at?
It would be like a dragon scale.
Okay.
What color is?
Well, I'm
the
sorry.
dragon?
The scale would be more like a measuring scale. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay. That's why there's 9 of them. So the scale is what we use to balance them with.
There's 10 things though.
Yeah, there's 10.
Yeah, it's 10.
Well,
So
at the
there's
scale.
a scale and 10 items, right?
Scale. And then there's
Including
10
engraving.
items. One of the items has engraving of a scale.
Scale.
Yes.
So based on my measuring of what is that, what is the order of them from least to heaviest or lightest to heaviest?
Lightest to heaviest?
Yeah.
Okay. So the lightest would be heart and feather, and then mirror and anvil, then crown and flame, then fang and ice, and then coin and scale.
And that's the heaviest. Interesting. That's lightest to heaviest. So heart and feather are the 2 lightest. I was not expecting that. I was like, flame has no weight. I was thinking flame, then feather. Okay.
What if it's not literal? What if the weight of the thing is not literal?
Well,
It's magical, right? It's a magical.
yeah, I can see what you're saying, but maybe it's importance of what the Draconians saw, how the Draconians saw these things, like in regards to importance.
Maybe Celicus has some insight. He understood their culture, after all. He was a part of it.
Yeah, Dragon Boy. What you got for?
I will say yes, but I will also say I was given over to a monastery after I turned 7.
How old are you?
Well,
Give me a minute. I have to go back and figure out how old I was that I wrote down.
if you were
Just trying to
part
get-
of a
Just trying to gauge how long it's been since you were a part of it.
if you were a part of a monastery, then wouldn't you know more about Draconia's philosophy rather than if
Not
you
a
just-
draconian monastery.
Oh,
But go ahead. I'm sorry, Celicus.
To answer your question, Jonathan, I'm in my late 30s, early 40s. And I'm
That's
gonna
not-
also say that, like, the fall of Draconia happened pretty soon after I was
Okay.
given to the monastery. That's why I never took my vows. That's why I'm a discount pally.
All right, let's see. So do we think, guys, that we only have one chance at this?
I think so, yes.
I'm gonna step back out of the area for the moment. I'm gonna cast Detect Magic again ritually. I just want to see if anything comes up on each of the stones. Magical. So I'm gonna go step out of the room and see what my D20 test or my wild magic is. It is a 12.
Okay.
So I'll be gone for 10 minutes to ritually cast before I come back in.
I agree with the flame and heart, but the anvil itself isn't usually hot. So wait, if we hold on. Ice is one of the heavier things. Mirrors on the lighter side. Heart and so flame and ice would be on opposite sides, and then heart is lighter than mirror, but ice is heavier. So we would need one more thing to balance out against ice and mirror. But anvil, I think, might be too heavy.
Sorry, are we thinking we have to use all of these items?
No,
Okay.
I think half of them are there to stump people.
So my instinct is fire and heart.
I also thought a heart could go cold.
I was also thinking like still your heart for courage.
In that same vein, you could use an anvil for that.
Matt, could you describe the mural of the dragons again for me?
Certainly. So, looking at them. Make sure I got my notes here. Here we go. So, there's 2 dragon statues, one exhaling flame, the other exhaling frost. And between them is the scale, with the 2 shallow basins and the 10 white stones.
What if we're thinking too hard? What if it's literally just flame and ice?
Right. So yes,
That's kind of
if
what I
it's
was
flame, but they
thinking.
don't weigh the same. So flame is slightly lighter than ice. So we're using the rest of them to balance the two. So flame on one side, ice on other, and the others are just numbers that we use to balance.
So have you
Flame and
heard of the
ice.
term "set your heart ablaze"?
Well, I'm thinking math. Like, do you see what I mean? If you look
Well-
at them just as numbers,
But heart is only like heart's the lightest of them, and flame is a step behind ice.
So if you assign like numerical value to all of them, then so Heart and Feather is 1, Mirror and Amble is 2, Crown and Flame is 3, Fang and Ice are 4, Coin and Scale are 5, right?
Okay.
So then Flame is 3 and Ice is 4. And that's not the same. They don't weigh the same. But if you take the numbers of the others, like Coin and Scale are 5, and you add them to the 3 and 4, they're still off. So you're trying to...
I don't think we have to use all the coins. I'm going to pick up Heart and Flame in one hand and Ice in the other and see if they feel about the same.
So they would, I guess.
This feels about right, and I start passing it to people. Be like, "What do you think?"
I'm also just like translating for Calder this entire time.
How many chests are in the room?
You're looking at the door. You're not in the room.
Oh,
Yeah, we
door.
haven't gotten in the room yet.
God, never mind. Okay. I was thinking like, oh, maybe it's like one for each chest, but we're not even there yet. Okay.
When I come back with Detect Magic up, what am I seeing in terms of any type of auras?
Okay, so this is outside the bounds of Detect Magic. Detect Magic only detects active spells.
Okay.
It does not necessarily go like if for instance magic items don't normally come up with Detect Magic. It's only if it's unless this item was putting forth a spell in 2024.
So the reason I'm asking, or why I cast it, was I was trying to find out if any of the little stones were like pre-rigged with like an active spell, so like if we went to put it on, it was gonna trigger, and that's what I was just trying to figure out. So that
I gotcha. So cool. So I would say, looking at this, you are able to determine that Scale and Coin, if placed, will immediately do an effect.
Oh.
There's your red button.
I will tell the group this.
Do we think
And
it showers us with gold?
I'm not
I
answering.
should place it because of this, and I hold up my necklace.
All right. I'm not saying it's good or bad. I don't know. I'm just saying that.
Using your bonus action Detect Magic school, it would be Evocation.
Oh.
Whisper would like to collect those and put those in her pocket.
When Calder says
share Evocation?
Oh no, I would have shared the whole thing.
Okay. Whisper's like, nope.
So not like that one play where they were in the vault and they
Even if he
touched
didn't
stuff in the
share
gold,
Evocation, Whisper would have collected them and put them in her pocket. Until we were sure.
So we're not going to get Bellatrix Vault, where it just all multiplies.
Jonathan, if you remember, that gold also burnt people.
That's
when
the
it
evocation
multiplied.
part.
I mean, I was just curious, but at least we know that something might go bad.
No, that was
with
a good
those two.
call.
All right, so now we're
I don't
down
know
to
what
8.
not to do at this moment.
All right. So now that is gone, I point. I go back to what I had said. So yes, do we want to try this? Unless somebody has another. I'm pretty sure this is like. If we do the math thing like Alaric says, I think this maths out. I also think that we're gonna overthink it too much, and then just go in circles.
I mean, if it doesn't work, we just move to the next one, and if it doesn't work, we go back out.
Yeah. I think the flame and heart balancing it with ice makes sense. I think it makes sense to the mural. I think it makes sense with the idea of weight.
I have a question about the statues. Is it like you're looking at the wall and the statues are like looking down on you, like never-ending story type of deal, or?
I thought it was a mural.
basically. It's a mural. It's a mirror.
Okay. Oh, it's a mural. Okay.
Yeah, and they're looking
Oh.
towards the scale.
Okay, but they're not looking at like towards us. It's looking at the scale.
Yeah.
Oh, you're thinking you just want to make sure we don't get dragon breath.
Yes, that's exactly what I'm looking at.
I mean, I'm for it. If somebody wants to do the flaming heart and then the ice, I'll give that vote.
I don't have a better answer, and Bobby trusts Luke on puzzles. So
Yeah.
He loves them. And he wants them all the time.
yeah, you know, 12 level dungeon puzzle. I'm pretty sure.
You
he
say
solved
one
those.
thing 4 years ago, and it stays with you forever.
As long as you're playing with those people, yes, forever.
I feel like I should go wake up my 5-year-old. I'm sure he could solve this in about 10 seconds.
Dad,
all
you
the-
woke me up for this. This is
that's-
so easy.
That's where DMs get all of their puzzles from. Is like 5th grade and below puzzle books.
Okay, so
adults
what
are
are,
just
what are we
sitting there
gonna
like-
do?
Santa's gonna go back and just be away from this, but watch. Because I
Lord.
still have spell slots that can heal people.
I think Calder and I are going to do the honors with the balancing of ice on one side, and
Oh,
then
we don't have a fire guy. Wait, Alaric
I'll
should
do the
put the
fire.
fire, and I'll put the
Well,
ice. We balance
so-
each other.
He also has a big bomb in his hand that if something goes wrong.
Right.
Oh,
Okay,
never
so
mind.
if I just did math real quick, and if you put flame, anvil, crown, and mirror on one side, ice, heart, feather, fang on the other, it both equals the number 10 on both sides, having removed coin and scale.
Okay,
Come again? With those,
let's just do
with
what
those
Alaric
things?
says.
Well,
No, I don't remember. I didn't hear what you just said. I
So,
heard,
okay.
I heard ice. What was the
So-
groupings again?
if you put flame on one side and ice on the other, and then on the flame side you put anvil, crown, and mirror, then you get 10. And if you put on the ice side heart, feather, and fang, you also get the number 10, having assigned numerical value to all of the different weights.
So we're going for a bigger number, thinking that we'll
Well,
get bigger rewards.
Well, then it's balanced.
But it was balanced with ice against flame heart also at 4 and 4. But if you think that
All
we'll
right.
get better
I'm going to
rewards
say,
for
I think
both,
Alaric's
we can
stepping
do
back.
all of them.
Alaric's made his opinion known. Calder and Seleucus, what are you going to do? You have the opinions. Make your decisions based on the advice you've been given, or your own, however you want to do it. But let's make a decision.
I think the simpler way is the way to go.
So
I
just the
think the-
3.
Yeah, I think this is one of those less is more kind of moments versus the rest are there to kind of bog you down.
All right, I pick up just the ice one.
Okay. Put the ice on one side. I'm assuming in the frost side.
Yes.
And then on the other side, I have the feather of the flame,
No, heart and flame.
heart and flame.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we're going to flame in the flame basin and ice in the frost basin.
Correct.
Okay.
We die.
See it kind of for a moment like teeter, and then go to one side heavy as the door lights in red and blue as a 30-foot cone of fire and ice. Come on out. Need deck saves.
Yeah, but am I away from it since I
I
like
mean,
to just-
if you got away, you got away.
Okay,
I know
okay,
you guys would be
cool.
very cautious.
Calder and I were definitely up in the front, so
Yeah.
it's up to you guys if you decide.
No, I kept the lightning bolt way far away.
Yeah.
I've been doing it the whole
Or-
time.
and in the back.
I was up there because I didn't see it that low.
22 for 16 total after my exhaustion.
Nice.
I am,
Seven.
am I resistant to ice right now? Did I lose my human stuff and am dragonborn, or am I just physically looking like a dragonborn?
Oh, you totally transferred to Dragonborn.
Okay, so then I have ice resistance and a few less skills.
I got a 13.
13. Okay, 13's a fail. The DC is 14. And so... and it's-
17.
nice. It's a save for half. So I'm going to do the raw damage here. Is going to be 19 fire.
9.
And 13 cold.
So half would be 6, and then resistance of 3.
My ring, I have resistance to the fire, so I have to.
Nice.
Was that your next thing, being fully engulfed in fire? Or did you do
Magical
that one
fire?
already?
No, oh no, my next thing involves elementals. So
Oh.
Well, I don't think that worked.
Ironically, I look okay, and then I say, Supora. That's an 8. We're fine.
Alright. Claudia just likes to play with it.
That temp HP has helped me so much. I'm gonna keep doing it. I'm gonna keep beating that dead horse till it stops saving my ass.
does the scale reset?
Yeah, so they kind of tip as the rocks fall off, and the scale is ready once more.
That
So,
doesn't-
and
I
so
was
the
wrong.
vision of this too was you put it on, and the scales didn't move right away. And as some time went by without you putting more weights on, it was like a click as though it released the scales for it to measure, and it went back and forth.
Oh,
So you
And
can't
it's
like.
instantaneous.
So it's not giving us hints, basically.
And so it tipped to which side?
It would have tipped towards the flame side.
Okay, so maybe the numbers. Maybe it's like how Whisper had said, and it was more like metaphysically weighted versus like.
Yeah, and Orion, you took the damage, so you're close enough to detect magic. It did begin to like read the stones, so it was looking for something specific.
All right, I will share that as well. Which actually now I have to roll for concentration because I just got nuked. All right, the first one was a success, and
What would you be making 2?
oh, from the fire and ice. I thought it would have been like
The damage was at the same time.
Oh,
Right, Matt? It wouldn't be 2 separate saves?
Correct. It would have been one. It would have been one roll against the combination of both damages.
okay.
So you keep
So
it.
I got a 13, so that should have. It's half.
All right. So what do we
Ow.
think now? Do we want to just start placing them? And I think I'm the most regenerative of us. So if the rest of you want to back out, and you just tell me which ones to place, and I'll place them. I will volunteer as tribute for that.
You look really tired.
That's why you guys are doing the thinking.
I mean, if my brain doesn't quite work the way, like if the pictures actually do mean something on there, I have no idea what it is.
All right, so I can just go with my gut feeling then, as because Obi says it kind of tries to like judge it in the moment, like that you can kind of play stuff back and forth before it settles, so to speak.
Are these opposites? Like fire, ice. The king is a crown. The worker is the anvil. And then
That's what I thought it was. That's why ice
And
and
then-
mirror.
feather to fang. And
Heart
then
to mirror.
heart to mirror. Inner beauty versus outer beauty.
Well, it said what warms and what stills, and mirror is glass, and it is still. Like, that's what I thought it was. That's why I thought it was opposite of warm.
I like it. Everybody back up.
What if it's a matter of putting the ice in the fire and the fire in the ice?
Ooh.
We are on level 1 only, so this might be easier. I can see that with the other fire bolts.
So
As she
do you-
walks away,
So do you
far away.
So what
wait,
was? Go ahead.
Whispers? You think if we do the 3 that we did, but put them on the opposite
No,
sides, or do
I
the
think
full
put
opposite?
the fire in the ice side, the ice in the fire side, creating balance.
But for all of them, like all the opposites in both sides, or just fire and ice?
What did I just say?
Fire and
I
ice.
said the fire and the ice. I didn't say
All right, everybody
anything,
get out.
anything else.
All right, everybody get out.
I know you
I'm
can't
what?
understand me because you can only understand Draconian. I don't know what's going on with the translation with Celicus.
Okay, so now everyone knows what's happening. I'm assuming people get the appropriate distance.
Yep.
'Cause now that no one's
Make
Just
assumptions.
yelling really loudly. Okay, Calder, I'm trying my best.
I miss Oz.
okay. So you put you do the reverse, the fire ice
Just,
fire.
Yeah, just fire and ice in, but ice in the fire
All right.
side and fire in the ice side.
It will set it off. Make a deck save, Calder.
Nat 20.
Okay, so raw here. That is going to be 13 fire.
All right, so half would be 6.
Oh boy. 5 cold.
So half would be 2, and then a resist 1 cold.
I just imagine it's all in the hallway, and we just see this blast come out, and Caller says, "Nope, that's not it."
Wrong one. Supora. 9.
Should we try for opposites?
I think opposites, but do we want them on the warm side? Do we want them on their corrective, correct
I say
symbol side?
As
So
DM, I would say, I would tell anybody this: only have one variable at a time. Because I just whenever you try to solve a puzzle, do not put in 2 different variable solutions, because you're going to screw yourselves in the long run.
Okay.
So-
So just fire and ice?
You want to try that one first?
Fire and fire
You
and
already-
ice and ice?
You already did fire and ice. You did that.
No, but before we did fire and heart on the warm side and ice on the cold side. And just now we did ice in the fire side and fire in the cold
Okay.
side.
You tell me what you're doing.
Yeah, so fire in the hot side, ice in the cold side.
Deck save.
That's a fail.
Okay. That is 17 fire. 13 cold.
So 6 because resistant. Ah, that one hurt a lot more, Supora. That's a 2.
So, Obi,
All right.
you said that when you were watching it, when we put the items in the first time, it seemed to be looking for something specific. Were you able to tell if any of the things we had was something it was looking for?
I don't know.
I don't think you're paying that close.
If I go in there on our
You do have
next
an untried
attempt-
idea.
Yes.
Luke's idea? Of
Obi's.
balance-
No, the opposites.
Oh, the
Opposites.
opposite. Oh, yeah.
So, all right, Calder. Let's try opposites.
Okay.
So we're gonna go fire and ice.
Say it quicker.
then-
I think this thing measures. time wise.
I'm not saying put them on yet. I'm saying line them up in front of the scales.
Okay.
So we got fire and ice. Then we'll have on the anvil on the fire side, and then the crown is on the ice side. Then we're looking at the heart is on the fire side, the mirror is on the ice, and then we're looking at the fang is on the fire side, the feather is on the ice side.
All right.
Okay. Obi, are you trying to watch this one or not?
How close do I gotta be?
You'd have to be within range. If I'm gonna let you do this, I'm gonna make you in range.
All right, I'll get in range.
Okay. With that, it does trigger. However, you get the sense that from watching it, your pairings are right. But some are on the wrong side.
Okay. Deck saves?
Yes.
20.
Yeah, that's fail.
10 fire.
5.
17 cold.
8.
I pass out.
That one hurt too, Sephora.
I'm gonna
Which is
go up
super
to-
great because you know what you know and nobody else does.
I'm gonna go up to Obi and I'm going to lay on hands him. Bzz.
Ah!
You have 2 health.
Wait, Obi, what are you at?
2 health.
Oh, Jesus. Okay. I look at you, I was like, get out of here! I told you I got this, and I'm gonna...
No, wait, stop. It's the right combinations, but I didn't see it quick enough to know what sides are on what's on the wrong side.
Okay, so...
So we have the right opposites. We just didn't put them both on we didn't put them on the right sides.
Okay, so... Flame, Anvil, Heart feels right, in my opinion, for Fireside. So what we had there was Fang, so the only one that would switch would be Feather.
Oh, is it supposed to be a feather for a phoenix?
Maybe. I was thinking chicken, but... Because you have to cook chicken with fire.
Yeah.
I'll
I'll
do
take a
this.
spicy chicken.
I'll allow investigation or Kana or anything you can convince me of that's reasonable. If you'd like to, because you have a lot of information from observing this, if you'd like to kind of do a yes or no question on the puzzle.
I'll do an investigation.
Just help everybody out.
Guidance.
It'd be your character trying to figure this out a little bit.
4. I guided you.
Okay. I got it. 10 plus 4, 14.
Okay. 14, you can have your question.
Should Feather and Fang be switched? So
Oh,
yes,
boy.
no question.
Fang was on fire and Feather was on frost?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Now I'm gonna ask a stupider question. Are these damn tiles colored?
No.
Okay, good.
I blew it red.
And we just didn't ask.
It's almost like we walked by the desk that had the thing we needed.
I found it.
All right, get out, Obi. You look like shit.
Yeah, I'm
What
leaving.
do you look like, Calder?
But any character can make the checks if you want to try to. figure this out. It's up to you.
I'm technically bloodied, but I've saved like 40 hit points with my little gimmick.
I feel like maybe that means that maybe not everything's right. So I'll go ahead and do an Arcana check, and I'm going to use my Heroic Inspiration,
I thought heroic is
which I can use after.
Yeah.
Okay, and I'll just make the roll and then decide. Before you decide, I'll
Okay.
16.
Okay. Next question.
Is the anvil on the right side?
And the anvil was on the fire side?
Correct.
No.
Okay.
Swap the anvil.
So, anvil, crown. We switched.
I think heart and mirror are correct, though.
Is there a check you want to make sure?
I
Or do you want us to see
would.
how it rolls?
I'm gonna. I feel like I'm gonna use insight here. Insight on just like the nature of things.
So right now, you said you have crown where?
Crown was in fire. It's now been moved to ice, correct?
Well, it's not on the thing.
Or the other way around.
Yeah. But crown would go to ice after our switch. 'cause
So
we
yes,
found an anvil.
Anvil. After getting that answer,
Okay.
we switched
Okay.
Anvil to ice.
Because you're doing these checks, I think I got something. So anvil is supposed to be in frost like you have. Crown, I'm just going to tell you, should be in fire
Mhm.
to
Okay.
honor the check. Because otherwise you're putting crown down to frost, which is weird.
So the only one we haven't switched is Heart and Mirror.
I got a 6.
Okay. You don't get to ask for that.
Yeah, I'm going with my gut though. I feel like heart and mirror are correct.
All right, and I put them all on.
Okay, so on flame you have what?
Crown, Heart, and Feather.
And flame.
Flame.
Yes.
So then frost is ice, fang, anvil, and mirror.
Yes.
All right. We go and balance. In the door opens. Yeah, because I think you guys paired. You had the right sides on them, which was very funny. like they were like, oh, like you're so. And it was funny because I think Mikey, you actually had it. You understood it better because of the thematic. So I think if it had gone like between you and Obi, it was like right there. I'm like, you're such a good point to do. As far as how to put them, but
Obi, while you're still out with everybody else, I say Suwin, and I heal. I do a 3rd level healing word. 8 and 12.
Okay.
You heal for 23.
Did you have to roll for the guidance?
He did.
Have to roll
Okay.
for the- yeah, I did.
Okay.
Yeah, he got a 4.
Oh, I thought that's what he was. It's a D4.
Oh no! I don't ever roll for people's guidance. I get
Oh,
a
no.
roll.
Okay.
I just happened to roll a 4 after he rolled a 4.
I'm just explaining why I was confused. It was like, wait, did he did? I don't think he, okay. Cool.
I try to push the door open if it's a push door, and get embarrassed when it's a lift door.
It's actually peeking out door, so you were wrong both times.
Vault doors or pull doors.
Yeah.
Alright, what's in the vault?
Amazing.
I push until I
You can roll to
collapse.
the
and I'm
side
just
doors too.
All right.
opening.
Coming in, there you see in this vault there are you see three pedestals and a chest upon each. And as you enter, a magical illusion manifests of a red scaled draconian. As I say, I speak.
Yeah, I understand them.
Yes,
I wouldn't before.
I say, trusted heir, you have proved yourself worthy of one of our inheritance. Pick only one, or you'll get a nasty surprise from your ancestor.
And this was a statue speaking, right? So like a magic mouth type effect.
Yeah, an illusion,
So
actually.
Celicus, do you think since they're not really my ancestors, I could grab everything and be okay?
No, Calder, I really don't think that's how it works.
It says, balance grants wisdom, flame teaches passion, frost preserves memory. Choose what you carry forward.
So, what does the thing say, guys?
Oh, Frost was. What did he say? Celicus, can you repeat that, please? Frost was memory. I don't remember the other two.
Yes.
Fire,
Flame. Yeah.
Balance grants wisdom, flame teaches passion, frost preserves memory.
passion sounds nice.
I'm assuming my detect magic is still up. Is there anything in this room that's radiating magic?
Not from spell, no.
Okay.
Not from spell work.
Well,
I'm
well,
going to assume that Telecus told us all that. because
Yes,
Clearly,
we
Calder
did.
couldn't.
detect magic says that it detects magical effects. They don't specifically have to be from spells, like the spells listing. That's what detect magic says, at least. Obviously, DM can rule whatever he wants.
Yeah, magical effects. There's not any ongoing magical effects.
I think. So each pedestal, is there like an indication that one, like each one is like fire, frost, balance?
Yes, they are. The pedestals themselves bear the symbol of flames, balance scale, and frost.
Is this an Abu situation where like it's physically there and I have to like pick up a
Yeah,
thing?
you grab it.
Okay. And how far away from them are they? Like, is there space between the pedestals?
Yeah,
Or-
I mean, it's probably about 5 feet away.
Damn, that's too far. My arms don't stretch that far.
Calder, I don't think we're going to get more than one.
Do not take more than one. And Xander's gonna go out in the hallway just in case someone decides to be stupid.
But I can teleport.
The vault was about balance getting into it, perhaps.
But what if
Choosing-
Mikey's right? I want a charisma boost.
Why
Somebody
do
else
you
can
think
have
that
the
you
next
get it?
vault. I suffered all the damage.
I suffered damage the first
I
time.
volunteered as tribute.
I took real damage though.
I like fire.
I went unconscious.
That's fair. We should probably do wisdom then.
No, because he was stupid and he went unconscious.
You should just start leaving your brother to die, I think.
You didn't understand me saying that.
You didn't understand the conversation going on.
So
You
it's not
only
like a
sort of
which one am I
understood the
taking?
conversation.
Let's vote. I say balance.
I say flame.
Flame.
I'm voting last. I'm the one that has to pick the damn thing. The rest of you tell me what you're voting for.
Yeah, I understand that we're voting now, but I have other thoughts. But I'll just go with the vote and just forget my other thoughts.
Most of us are charisma.
Flame.
Sorry, did the illusion say choose wisely or pick one?
It said pick one.
Nope, I'm asking the DM. You guys suck at remembering things.
Choose what you carry forward.
Okay, cool. Got it.
But it was also something about take only one.
He did say take only one.
Definitely take only one. That part is given.
So take only one or
Yeah.
get a nasty surprise from your ancestor.
Yeah.
So
Which is and Celicus is taking that to heart, which is why he's choosing balance.
okay.
Obey.
I'll vote for balance.
It was
I
flame.
think there were more fires than anything.
So
Yeah.
far,
So far
there's
it's two
3
balance and
fire
3
and
fire.
2 balance.
There's Molly. I love it.
And fire.
Okay.
All right, that's fire.
I grab the fire. Do I
Okay.
get burned?
I love it.
Yes,
you
because you asked that.
Ah, just a little ancestor joke. No, so you grab it, and sure enough to their word, you see the 2 pedestals with the chests quickly sink into the ground.
Mikey, you're muted.
I know. I'm saying it to myself because I'm not trying to get any ideas here.
Does anybody have a pickaxe?
We could always reset it and go again.
It just keeps putting the 3 choices. We found an infinite money glitch.
Or we just
The choices.
not,
What are the other
We
two
just-
choices?
we decide to not be greedy and then go to door 1C and move on.
So it's a chest that I grab once I pick fire, or since you said
He's gonna tell you in a second.
oh, okay.
Yes, you
He's
grabbed
not-
a
he's gonna
chest
about to
out
tell
of the
you.
thing.
Or actually, I don't walk. I cast jump and I jump back with it because my walking's really slow. And
It's been kind of difficult for me to fully keep up with everything that's going on. Are these 3 chests the same 3 that we pulled out, or are
No,
those separate
so we
chests?
have the 5 chests from 1A. We just pulled the flame chest from 1B.
Mhm.
And now we're gonna go to 1C.
All right.
Obi, is it locked? Like with magic?
Does the chest radiate any like block magic on it, or
No.
looks good?
Is it locked?
It is not locked.
Calder, open it.
I jump 30 feet away from them, just in case, and I just open it.
Calder.
Just in case it's trapped. I can't successfully check if it's trapped. I'm too tired. I don't want to set off a fireball next to you guys.
So you'd opened it up.
Yeah, I would have jumped 30 feet away just in case it's trapped and then open it.
Okay.
Like, it's still facing them, so that way they can see, but in case I just fireballed myself, I didn't want you guys to get hurt.
Yeah, you open it up and you see what appears to be a beautifully made torch from wood that almost certainly had to grow together naturally.
I just pick up the whole chest since nothing exploded and jump back and show it to them
Well, yeah, and
without touching it.
it, as soon as you open it, it floats up
It's a demi-lich, god damn it.
and lights in blue fire. And everyone give me a perception check.
All right.
8
know what?
plus 0 minus 6 is 2.
21.
18.
19.
Nat 20 for a total of 24.
Perception. 19.
What did Celicus get?
12.
12. Okay. So everyone but Celicus and Calder.
We're just too exhausted.
Yeah, I'll tell you, when you. So, Ryan, when this comes up, you see for a split second, as if revealed, there is this strange writing that goes from the corner of Calder's left eye down their cheek and down their neck. The other ones of you who succeeded, you see that, and you see writing going from Orion's right eye down the part of their neck.
Did I just twin curse us?
What type of writing?
What languages do you know?
Common and Dwarvish.
You don't recognize it.
Common Elvish, Orc, and Sylvan.
Whisper, you recognize it as Sylvan. And then the torch moves itself to your hand, Calder. And the light goes out. And you hear in your mind
Obi's thoughts.
We're telepathic now.
the phrase "Winter's Kiss."
I say aloud in Draconic.
I'm sorry. So it's very specifically. Okay. So you say. Sorry. What did you say?
The words that you just told me.
Okay. Perfect. And it lights up. 20-foot bright light, 20-foot dim light.
I say it again.
All right. As you
Thinking
say
that
it,
it would turn it off.
yeah. Well, sorry. When it lights up, you hear a phrase Snow Blossom. So if you say Winter's Kiss again, it will extinguish.
Okay. So because I heard in my head what I just said, and now I just heard something else, but I don't know if it's gonna like activate a thing that is like limited use, or but I know if I say what I just said again, it'll turn it off.
Maybe you should turn it off then and sleep on it.
Why would I sleep on a torch?
Or
That's
rest
so
on it.
uncomfortable.
Rest on it.
I was just gonna let BP tell us what it does.
That works too.
Okay.
Hmm.
Man, when it activates, does that same thing happen, or does it just the first time?
It was just the first time.
And I understood that it was Sylvan, but I did not understand what it said.
It was really quick.
Okay.
Would you get in your perception check?
I got a 19. I was not the highest.
Horace got a 24, but I don't think he knows Sylvan, so. Larik, can you identify this with BP? There's two other command words, and I'm afraid that if I use them, they might be like a one-time deal thing, and I don't want to waste it.
If we're okay with the possibility of wild magic going off.
Of course, look at me. I've been doing it all the time. Nothing's happened. It's like an 85% chance for nothing to happen, and then a 66% chance for something good to happen.
Okay. Technically, I could, but it's not necessary, and I'd rather just use necessary magic, not wishful magic.
Ooh. Wise call, sir.
Oh, thank you.
Where's your sense of adventure? What's
Over
one?
there in Vault 1C.
Okay, fine. Sammy, and do we hold on? Alaric, do you think this box is magical that the torch was in before I put it in, Sammy?
When Orion looked at it, I don't believe there was magic coming off of it.
Nope.
Yeah, but
Box
he can
was
only
innate.
sense like active effects.
Well, nothing happened when you opened it.
I take what the
Try
hell do I
putting
have on
something
me?
too large
Yeah.
for it inside
Yeah.
the chest.
I pull my loot off and I try to put my loot in the chest and think to like store it.
Yeah, it's not an extra dimensional space.
Okay. Sammy. Do it now. Put that box into Sammy.
So those of us that saw,
My loot's back on my
like-
back.
I know I was not the only person who saw the writing. Is that right?
Yeah, we saw the writing, but we didn't read it.
Who saw the writing on Obi? Because I know Obi saw the writing on me, but I don't know if Whisper saw it on both, and if
Yes,
Ars
I
saw it
think-
on both.
So
Yeah.
I think there's anybody who was
Oh, okay.
19 and above. So my question was, did we realize that everybody else also noticed it? Because so far nobody said anything about it.
I didn't see shit.
I
Yeah.
also didn't see
And
it.
stay out of it.
Yeah.
I was
mean, you haven't talked
directly
to
asking
anybody,
the DM. Like, would
I
we
mean,
have
that's going to
noticed?
be up to you as characters whether. I mean, that's not a call I would make.
As if we would have noticed other people noticing.
Yeah, because I don't know if your characters would have had a tell, if they would have looked at each other. Like, that's all up to y'all.
Okay, I guess.
I
it
think-
doesn't-
Yeah, I think Xander's one of spoken out loud that, hey, like, both of you had something on your eyes, like, but it was on opposite sides, and, like, saved the whole group, and then he was like,
Yeah,
oh, I saw that
which
too.
eye for me was it? Left?
Okay. So then Whisper, if somebody else hasn't already done it, would say that to you both. That there was Sylvan writing. That appeared.
I mean, I saw something on Cal's face, but I wasn't. I
It's
just
probably
assumed
hard
that
to
was
see
the
your
war.
own face. Unless you have a mirror. But it happened on both of your faces.
I just thought it was the torch reflection, like the light from the thing on his face was what did it.
So wait, where did it go? You said it went down from my left eye down.
Yeah, to your neck.
To your neck.
Oh, onto my neck.
Yeah.
It's not there now. If I was there, I would say, "Hey, you look."
You can't see my
Not
neck
even
until I do this. What do you mean? I was just
Calder
seeing if I
saying?
got new tattoos, like the intruder thief thing. So do I? Do I have a?
No. Do I?
Well, not anymore. It was just very, very quick. I'll identify you later. I'm sure it's fine.
I think that Whisper will move closer to Obi, and will whisper close to him. I think perhaps it might have something to do with your deity.
Oh.
It's just a guess because it was a winter item, it seems like.
That's a good point.
Yes, sometimes I have them. I would tell your brother, but he's a complete moron at the moment, so
Yeah, that's why I wasn't really going to bring up the writing thing, because I don't know if it was also just me hallucinating a little bit, or like I said, the reflection of the flame. So I just didn't want to be like, everybody else, did you see that? Or is that just me?
yeah, it wasn't just you. I'm pretty
Okay.
sure.
It was also you.
Well, that's
I
interesting.
noticed both of them as well.
What'd you say, Ars?
I noticed both of them as well.
Ooh.
What's behind door number 3? Da-da-da-da.
I would like to close number 2 and take all the bits that you measure and weigh with.
Ooh.
Oh, interesting.
Well, I'm protecting the relics of Draconia, which is why I was going to try and get all 3, but that I didn't want people to think I was trying to be greedy. I was trying to protect.
I was gonna definitely grab all 3 and teleport out,
But anyway,
Or at
we're
least
going to see.
or try
I
to
just wanted to be
teleport
told
out.
that I did close the door so it locks, and I took the ability to unlock it with me.
Let's see. I could have cast jump, which used 10 feet of movement, and then teleport 30 feet. I think I could have gotten out with all 3.
Nice.
If I can take them, I don't know. Maybe they'll magically reappear. But
They like leave your pocket once you exit the room.
Cool. All right. As you approach the final door, we're in for tonight.
No.
We'll come to the third door next week.
Oh man.